So today's video is a little bit different in that we actually are looking at a laptop sleeve, and this is from ATailorBird. It's on Amazon right now for, I believe this one is right at $13, and there's also one for a bigger laptop. This one is for 13-inch laptops. There is one also for 15-inch screens, and I think it may be slightly more expensive, but we're looking at this model, and I assume they're pretty much identical other than their size. So let's go ahead and give this thing an overview and then see if it's actually water resistant. So first off, let's give a physical overview. First of all, the color is kind of a slate color, which doesn't really match a lot of laptops today. Things like MacBook Pros aren't really this color. I guess if you had one of the silver ones, it might be kind of close. And honestly, this is one of my big complaints about this laptop sleeve, is that there just aren't more color options available. Now, the actual laptop pocket is basically what you would expect. It's an empty laptop pocket, but it is lined with some very soft feeling, almost like velvety type material. It's definitely padded a little bit and feels very great. The zippers on this thing feel very premium. I mean, they do what you would expect a good zipper to do. They zip without getting snagged on really anything, so great job there. Now, one thing I do like is the inclusion of a secondary pocket, and this guy has some great sort of organizational things, like you can put pencils in there and that sort of thing in there. There are some individual little pockets for you to store smaller things, and that's great to see because the secondary pocket is definitely large enough for almost any laptop brick, power brick that is, to fit in there comfortably. So this is definitely a solution. If you're carrying it by itself with maybe a stack of books, you can fit everything you need with your laptop, including any dongles.
Dongle life, am I right, Mac people?
In the laptop sleeve without any hassle whatsoever. Now, obviously, that will create sort of a bulge on the side of the laptop sleeve if it's something like a power brick, but that may be a necessary compromise to make, but at least everything does fit in a self-contained unit, so everything is easy to find when you need it. Now, that's sort of the boring part of this laptop sleeve review, and frankly, for a $13 laptop sleeve, it feels pretty good, but they claim that it's water resistant, and I am wanting to put that to the test. Now, because I'm not incredibly wealthy and did not have a laptop provided for this review, I'm not going to be using my own laptop for this. Instead, the methodology is I'm just going to stuff some paper towels in there and then rinse this thing off. If it does well with just getting a little bit of a light rinsing, then I'll go ahead and drench it with some shower water and see if that gets through. And if it still does well with that, we'll even throw it into a bathtub and see how much water leaks in there. So let's go ahead and change the scenery a little bit and see just how well this thing stands up to torrential downpour, really. Okay, so it looks like actually water resistant is about the perfect way to describe this laptop sleeve. After the first rinsing, the main compartment, the computer compartment, was bone dry upon looking in there. However, the secondary compartment, where you may be putting things like power bricks, did have a little bit of water seep in, but really not too bad, and nothing that would probably damage something like a power brick, because it was just barely the edge of the paper towel that was a little bit moist. But basically, I wouldn't really recommend putting a whole lot of mission critical things in there if it's pouring rain outside, for example. In the second test, when the rinsing was just a little bit longer, again, bone dry in the main compartment, so A plus on that part of it. So if it's just a torrential downpour and you have to run through the rain for a while, you're still in good shape there. And again, same sort of thing with the secondary compartment, except this time there was a little bit more water in there. Again, don't put mission critical items in there if you know it's going to be getting wet. And in the last test, that submersion test for 1 minute, it was a failure for both compartments, though it is worth pointing out the main compartment, the computer compartment, did do a little bit better in keeping some water out of that area, though it still was a complete failure. If a PC had been in there for that test, there's a good chance that PC would have been permanently damaged. So the moral there is, if you happen to drop your laptop while it's in its sleeve into a bathtub or into a pool or something like that, or even just a deep mud puddle, snatch it back as quickly as possible. There was some air bubbling out of the laptop sleeve for a fair while after it had been put underwater, so hopefully it would float even. But you should definitely snatch it out as quickly as possible to prevent any damage to your device that may be stored in there. But at the end of the day, I do not have a problem with the company describing this laptop sleeve as water resistant, because it did resist a pretty solid downpour of water for a fair bit of time in that main compartment. So A plus on that thing. It's $13 right now on Amazon. You can find the link down below if you're interested in picking this thing up. Not a bad value for a laptop sleeve. But that's it for the ATailorBird laptop sleeve. Again, that was a 13-inch, but the 15-inch should perform exactly like its 13-inch brother. So you can find those in the description down below. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. If you want to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, you can do that at Hoosier Hardware. And as always, I'll let YouTube queue up a couple more videos from my channel for you to watch. I'm Shane with Hoosier Hardware, and I'll see you guys in the next video.